daughter mentioned to him, we live in a community that has about 400 houses, but it's very rural. And in a rural setting, it's difficult for garbage to be hauled away, trash, junk, all that kind of stuff. So he runs Facebook ads for his junk business. And what he does is goes and picks up the junk, and he has a trailer and he has a truck. Obviously, he just started with the truck, then he built up into a big trailer, and he will haul stuff away. Hey everybody, welcome back. Mike, the Golden State Picker. Welcome to my mess. Welcome to my 2-car garage here in California. This is where I do most of my eBay and Amazon out of. I also have a home back in North Carolina, and I just got back from there, and this is the second video of the stuff that I sold while away. I put my store on time away and allow sales, and I also put my store on sale, which helps me to generate some sales. And I've got 96 so far, almost 100. I will have 100 probably by the end of the day. So really, really good. I didn't expect that, as I talked about in another video. Thought I was going to only get about 50, and I got 100. And 100's a lot, so especially when you're doing these videos. But guess what? I got POW. I'm teaching POW because I think POW really has the ability to do a lot with this eventually. She's going to be able to do her own thing, and I'm teaching her my method, my kind of way. Whereas Joshua was just trying to sell it. He was working. POW can't work right now because she needs the green card, and our great country takes forever to do that. She's here legally, which is great, but it just makes it difficult because she is a worker. I'm going to tell you, if she doesn't do reselling, she's going to be great in the workforce, period. End of story. But I think she's going to really dig doing reselling, if it's part-time or full-time. Great revenue income for many people part-time, especially now with everything just being kind of expensive. It just costs a lot to live, period, right? We can say that about 20 years ago when we were younger. It still was expensive for us back then, but it is crazier now. All right, hey, let's get right into it. So I went back east, obviously, in North Carolina, and my son-in-law, he also does reselling, and he does really well with it. I enjoy watching Adam do his thing because he does it differently, and I wanted to talk about that in this video, and I wanted to talk about the title of this video. And the title of this video is, if you're looking for a way to get inventory and make some money, then I'm going to tell you the way that Adam has been doing it and how it works for him. Now, my daughter mentioned to him, we live in a community that has about 400 houses, but it's very rural. And in a rural setting, it's difficult for garbage to be hauled away, trash, junk, all that kind of stuff. So he runs Facebook ads for his junk business. And what he does is goes and picks up the junk, and he has a trailer and he has a truck. Obviously, he just started with the truck, then he built up into a big trailer, and he will haul stuff away. Now, I'm going to tell you that I went on a couple of junk hauls with him, and it is amazing what people will leave thinking it's junk, and I'm going to explain in a second. So what he does is picks up the junk, and if there's anything else on there, he can sell on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, any which way he can. He does really well on Facebook Marketplace, and so do I. I sold something on Facebook Marketplace while I was back there, sold it in a day. I use his account because his account is very strong. So this is the networking, right? So I give it to Adam. I say, Adam, put it on yours, because he does so much. He has a really good rating on Facebook that he sold this instantly for me. It was a filler, not a sausage filler, but a filler for like cosmetics or liquids. And I found it at a Goodwill there, and I flipped it for $60 on Facebook Marketplace. So very cool. So let's get back to Adam. We go to this one junk haul. We did 2 this day, I'll tell you. So the first one, he got $100 for basically a sofa, okay? Now, the crazy thing about this sofa, it had tears and it had some other stuff on it. He said, I'm going to get rid of it, Mike. You watch. We got home. He literally left it in the back of his trailer, put it on Facebook Marketplace for $40. Somebody came immediately and took it for $40. It wasn't in horrible shape, but it needed some help. And the person said, oh, I'll just stitch that corner. I'll just do this. There you go. So that was a $140 junk haul, $40 item on Facebook. The next one we went to was a $180 junk haul, bunch of stuff in the garage. And when we first looked at it, we go, oh, there's nothing in here, right? Except something caught my eye right away. It was a rainbow vacuum. Ooh, I caught my eye and I said, is this going? And she said, yeah, it doesn't work anymore. That's what she said. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong. But anyhow, we put it in the truck and then Adam turns to me and says, hey, the plug is missing. And I said, that's why it's not working. So we went to Lowe's, picked up a $5 plug. He hooks it up. He says, Mike, it works. We had the hose, the attachment, the head, and some accessories. He flipped it in 2 days for $575. $575 plus $180 plus $140 for basically 2 hours worth of work. So that's what I'm saying. That is a way to start to think about it. If you have the ability to start something like that, if you are in an area that has Jacksonville area is about 150,000 people in the general population area of North Carolina. So there's a lot of this that goes on. He got a junk haul. I'm going to tell you right now, he got a junk haul where he got paid $2,500 to unload an upstairs rafters of an electronics type fat place. They didn't want any, had to get rid of it. The fire department said it was a hazard. He hauled it away for $2,500. He has sold over $10,000 worth of stuff on eBay. That's all eBay stuff because it just doesn't sell locally. It's kind of some tricky stuff. Some stuff for $400, $600. So I'm telling you, there's many ways. People ask me, how do I get started? You start in your home. Then you got to figure out your neighborhood. Maybe then you spread out. Then you start doing garage sales, thrift stores. There's many ways. I'm just giving you, I think, is a killer way. If you're in a rural area, don't poo-poo it. If you got a ability to do Facebook Marketplace, start there. You'll be amazed. If you can dump it, dump fees there in North Carolina are cheap. $15-20 is what we charge, what we get paid to what we pay to dump the fees there, the trucks. I mean, the garbage, the junk. So anyhow, there you go. So that is a good way. All right, let's get right into what we sold now. Woo, we got some pretty cool stuff. About 21 items on this one. I'm going to run right along here. So right off the bat, we got a role-playing game, another hot category. Stay tuned for what I feel, we're going to run through them, is just always a great, consistent category to sell on eBay. This category will make you money no matter what. Many people turn away from it, so stay tuned. We'll show you that in a second. All right, Zelda. It's a book. Now, the key here is on some of these role-playing magazines type stuff, you got to make sure that the posters are there. See, here's a poster. See it? Okay, key. You can go through and look at the titles, and some will say no poster, some will say poster. If you have the poster, you got a shot. You got a shot either way, but you're going to make more with this. So the Zelda sold for $30 plus $8 for shipping. Here's another one. I got this at a garage sale just before I left. And this was a one where she runs it, seems like every weekend. And I got caught going to it by a different route. And a long story short, there was somebody looking at a table and it caught my eye. And there were all these DVD box set type stuff up there. And I paid $60 for a whole lot of them. This is Growing Pains, and Growing Pains got $28 plus free on the shipping side. Stack that over there. A lot of stacking to do. This was in my friend's locker. I bought his locker for $2,800, and he had a bunch of these HO train type stuff by Athearn, okay? And some can be a lot of money, and some can be, a little bit of money. There it is, nice little Southern Pacific 3028 engine. Nice little one here. And this HO got 30 plus 13, $2,800 for a locker. And I've put in $20,000 in gross sales in that locker. And I still have stuff that's selling. So there's another way. We have to look. It's that networking situation. Somebody's getting out of the business, offer them some money. Instant inventory, right? All right, here we go. Nope, we're not going to put that yet. We're going to go to this one. Interesting. This is blocked on Amazon. If you've watched my videos, I'm blocked sometimes. A lot of people are telling me that they're getting out of Amazon because they're getting gated. Same thing, blocked. Amazon's killing people right now. Third-party sellers are having a struggle to sell almost anything. A lot of people have been ungated for 10 years on Amazon and all of a sudden are being gated. And that's a rough thing if it's all your eggs in one basket. That's another thing. You got to split up your reselling. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. Crime Classification Manual, 3rd edition, 22 plus free for shipping. Not going to go there. Now, I buy these if they are about $5. That's about all I'll pay for these. In general, I get them at garage sales, that kind of thing. And this is the posture pump back exerciser. I've sold many of these. Now, why $5? Because basically you're going to sell it for what I sold it for. I put it on sale because I wanted to move it. I got $34 plus free shipping. They're going to sell for right around $39 in free shipping. That's it. So you can't pay too much for these unless you want to just make $10, okay? I want to make a little bit more on these. And shipping, that kind of thing, closer to you, hopefully saves you a couple bucks. Further away, going to cost you more. So posture pump, super nice. Put that back there. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Where are we going? We're shuffling. Hold on, I'm shuffling. All right, here's another one. Another blocked one. This is the DBT Skills. I've seen it before, sold it before. And just got to make sure that there is no writing. That is the key here, is it's clean and no writing. Blocked on Amazon. And DBT, we got 29 plus free for shipping. So we love that. And this is a set that has been around. I mean, it's heritage, basically what I'm getting. You'll see them. Anytime you see these books, this is The Invisible Man, and it has a slipcase. I'll guarantee you it's going to be the Heritage Book Club. I got a big collection a long time ago, and I sold every one of them as a lot. I just, there were like 100. And I didn't want to sit there and go and put 100 up. It's just really hard. So I sold those as a lot. But The Invisible Man, nice title, nice author, H.G. Wells. And we got 16 plus free. See what I mean? 16. So sometimes it's better if you got 10, 12, 13, maybe put them in a lot. That's kind of what I'm getting at. You got to decide if you're going to go single or lot. And if you got 100 of them, that's 100 listings, whereas maybe 100, I know the shipping can be a drag, but if you can figure out shipping, then you're okay, all right? Another one of those DVDs off that garage sale. This is Peter Sellers, the great Peter Sellers. This one's got Pink Panther, What's New Pussycat, The Party, and Casino Royale. Brand new. Peter Sellers, great, right? And Peter Seller, 19 plus free on the shipping side for Peter Sellers. And out of my bin of books, I will keep his if they are 2 or 3 or 4 together. Now, weird thing about this is I got a fourth book out of this before I left, but I couldn't correct the listing because see, here it is. It's David Macaulay, and this is called The Mill, The City, and Underground. Okay, and I think the other one had Cathedral. I can't remember what it is, but that was a 4th. Now, what I was going to do was come home, and if this didn't sell, take the listing down, put the 4th book in, and make it a 4-book set. So I didn't have time because this 3-book set sold before I could do that. So Macaulay got 24 plus 11, and there you go. So lotting author stuff together. There's a lot of ways to make it work. I don't lot, I will tell you, and some people say, you should do this. I just don't have the room. I don't lot James Patterson. This guy's prolific. Baldacci, I think, I can't say his name. None of Nora Roberts stuff, all that kind of stuff. I just don't do it. They just take up a lot of room, and I'm not really interested in that. So you got to pick and choose, okay? I'll do smaller book lots like this, or if one is really cool, then I will do it. But a lot of times, I will pass on a lot of that. Here's a game I had forever. Attack of the Kaiju board game, brand new. It has been sitting on my site for a long time. This one got 27 plus 13. So somebody came along and finally got it. Super cool. Sometimes your stuff doesn't sell right away. But the way I look at this and the way I think about stuff like this is this now is like getting $27 pure profit. If you can understand what I'm saying. Yeah, it's been around for a while, but all of a sudden it's been around, and so it's just been sitting there, but all of a sudden, boom, it hits. And there's the 27. So That's the mentality. I just think this way. Let me know if you think that way or how you're thinking about things. You know, I have 2,500 items up. It's a lot of albums, a lot of books, a lot of everything. But you know what? I had 95 items while I was gone, so I'll take that all day long. So very, very cool. Okay, let's get into Friend's Locker. You can see it's even got the price on it. Look at this, $5.99. You know what? I got to look if I must not have caught the price on the sticker. I got to look at the listing. You guys zoom in and see if you can see it. $5.99 for Fedorov. Emelianenko. I might have had several and did that. I got to double check, but that's interesting. My friend paid $5.99. This is out of his locker. We sold Feder for $27 plus free shipping. And this, I'm pretty sure I did. I told him the box was pretty crunched up. So, oh my gosh. You don't always catch it. Your eye, you see, your eye just doesn't see it. I didn't see the price tag, but that's what he paid. And he put it in his locker and it was sitting in his storage locker, losing money, so he had to dump everything, and I took it all. So there you go. All right, 2 block books on Amazon. I'm pretty sure that this person's probably going to flip these on Amazon. I'm willing to bet. This is modern world history, or it could be somebody who's they could use it at a school or something. I'm not positive. But these are 2 textbooks, obviously gated or blocked on Amazon, and both of these got 50 plus free on the shipping side for these 2 books. So nice, half the cost of 1 bin. Very, very cool. I got to put stuff everywhere right now. Pal's been great. She's been in there helping me package a few things. She's learning everything. I give her some flats, which are really easy for me to ship, and I give her 6 or 7, and she goes in and works on the kitchen island, and I work right here, and it's been speeding things up. My goal today is only 60 items out. That's a minimum, maybe more, so we'll see how it goes. This one, gosh, I got this. I believe it Savers. I'm not positive. Risky, because it just bed warmer. And it's by Moonlux. There's a lot of these out there, and it goes underneath the sheets and can warm up your bed. If you see it here, you can kind of see it sits at the foot of the bed and then warms up. A lot of people have circulation problems. They need some heat, that kind of thing. And I think I only paid like $9 or $10 for it. And it sold. I got, what did I get for it? Ooh, what did I get? I got 70 plus 22, and it's going local. It's basically going to Oakland, California. So I'll do okay on the shipping. And I put it on sale to move it, and it did sell, obviously. So we got to find a spot to put that. I'll put it down here. Oh, all right. Let's get a couple more books out. Let's do this one. Tolkien, 2 Towers. Not a first edition in great condition, okay? Nothing spectacular, but hey, Tolkien sells. That's all I know. 15 plus 8 on the shipping side. Every dollar counts, so don't shy away from these $15, $20 items. At the end of the year, I tell my wife, at the end of the year, I have a target. The only thing I ever think about is, like this year, December's always bad for me. A lot of property taxes, a lot of insurance, Christmas. I went back east, we're doing stuff to the house back east, so there's like a lot of funds going out, right? So what I do in my mind is put a target on my bank account. And I say, okay, I want my bank account to be this on January 1st. If I get to that number, boom. That's simple. I don't worry about that. This year, I hit the number. And so I'm like, December's now behind me. I got my target number. I'm fine. Now, the next focus is tax time. That's another one. Okay, let's go over to here before we talk about the category that has just been red hot. And we got a couple more to show you before we get to that. These right here. Case Logic, these hold about 240 or 260 DVDs or CDs. I got 2 of these. Where did I get these? If you or watch my channel, I got these out of the bins at Goodwill. Now, Goodwill has levels of areas that they sell their product, and one of the lowest levels is what they call the bins. And the bins, they pull these big bins out, and everybody goes through them, and it's by weight. And I got these, and I got a really good deal because the guy said, let me just figure out a price. It was like $20 for a bunch of these. And this was in there. I sold these 2, and these 2 sold for $50 plus $27 on the shipping side. Nice. Yeah, at the bins. These get looked over in the media areas. So a lot of people will look at them, but many will not. They'll go, I don't want those. I want the cases. I don't want what's in them necessarily because they charge per DVD sometimes or CD. I just want the cases because the cases will sell. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, whoops. So let's see. Put this on the ground so it doesn't fall over. All right, let's go to media time. This came out of my bin of books. This is The Grateful Dead. Okay, it's a rare. It's rare because it's a white label promo. Okay, then there's Dark Star, Saint Stephen, the 11, Love Light, Death Don't Have No Mercy, and We Bid You Good Night. Okay, a couple albums in here. Their songs can be long. Some of their songs can be one full side of an album. And this one sold for, guess what? $50 plus $8 shipping. So we had a 50 there. And what else was 50? Oh, the 2 World book. Right here. There you go. We talk about it. One bin right there. Super nice. So that's Grateful Dead. And before we get into the final category, we're going to talk about this item. This one. Boom. All clad. And it was like $9 at Savers. It's a nice little dish. I think it's called a tandoor. This has a little different, there's a couple different lids. A tandoor usually is more pointed, I think. But anyhow, I thought, hey, it's all clad. It's got to be good. And it did sell. I only paid like $9-10 for it. And the all clad sold for $55 plus $17 on the shipping side. All right, it's now time to get into the category I'm talking about as being a red hot category, a category that a lot of people just don't pay much attention to. And that is religion. Simple, right? We talk about religion and manga. If I had those 2 categories and was guaranteed to find stuff every day from them, I could make a nice little living selling all of that, okay? Now, we're going to talk about books, and then we're going to talk about Bibles. So here we go. Stick around, because I got a couple interesting Bibles. Got a couple that sold for some decent money. And this is Questions and Answer from the Bible by Les Feldeck. My mother-in-law was a big Les Feldeck fan. And whenever I find this book, it's going to sell really quickly. Just got to be priced right. And the Les Feldeck book, it got, I think, $28 plus free shipping. Pretty sure that's what it got. Feldeck, pretty sure. Yeah, $28 plus free shipping. There you go. Nice. The Christian library books. I find these, I like to lot these if I can, but this is I've had this one around a while, so this one was basically going to be a giveaway. This is The Utmost for Highest by Oswald Chambers. I did not get much here. I got 6 plus 5 on the shipping. I'll make a couple bucks. It ain't going to be much. This one here, now I hold on to these and try and get 3, 4, 5 to sell them in a lot type fashion. Now here is Jimmy Swaggart. Who's Jimmy Swaggart's cousin? Jerry Lee Lewis. Great Balls of Fire, right? Jimmy Swaggart and God's Plan for the Ages, a panoramic view of God's eternal plan by Jimmy Swaggart. And this one got 16 plus 8. Anytime I see Jimmy Swaggart, it's going to sell because you're going to see something else. This probably came out of the same bin as what I'm about to show you, which is a Bible. And that is, you got to look for Bibles. I'm telling you, please, if you're at garage sales, please, if you're at bookstores and you're anywhere, look for Bibles. They can go for some very, very good money. And here is the Praise the Lord Parallel Bible. And it is large print and all of that. I don't know. Praise the Lord. I might be thinking of somebody else. Yeah, I'm thinking of Praise the Lord. Is out of Charlotte, North Carolina, actually. You know, I went to Charlotte. Interesting. We went to Charlotte and we went to a football game. We went and saw the Panthers play the Tampa Bay Bucks because Adam is a big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. And that was fun. It was about a 4-hour drive from Jacksonville, but we did it. Had a good time. My daughter went too. So this is a Praise the Lord. Very, very good. I think Praise the Lord is different. And this is 28 plus 9 on the shipping side. I got a couple other interesting ones. Now, this one is very interesting. This one is, I'm going to look for it here. This is Palabra de Hasem. And it's a super giant print. It's in Spanish. Okay. See, I use that plastic wrap to keep these type books nice so they don't flop around, get bent, all that kind of stuff. If you need this stuff, look down below in my video description for Jarlink, Jarlink, 29 bucks, I think, for 4 rolls. It lasts you forever, and get that because you can wrap up many things. And this is the some sort of Bible, Jewish, I think. And we got 40 plus 9 on the shipping side. And we save this one for last. It does have a name, Mr. and Mrs. Ted Sailing. So it has a name on the cover. And this is what you want to look for. Thompson Chain Reference Bible. Nice, large print. Excellent condition. Nice condition. I don't want to bend any pages. Super nice. And the Thompson, $120 plus $9 for shipping. Sweet. That's what I'm talking about. So categories. Look for categories that you're not involved in. That's what I do. I look for categories that I can be better in to help grow your sales or consistently build your sales. If you're just looking in one or two, it's amazing how many people just go, I just do video games. That's cool. But man, you're passing up maybe records. Maybe you're passing up tapes, cassettes, 8 tracks. Not sure. I don't know. I'm just saying. So broaden your horizon. Get them open, wide open, so that you can increase your sales, okay? So there you go. That's today's video. We put out a couple of videos a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, for stuff we found and sold. And on Monday, we're going to continue to do our motivational and some other videos. We're going to drop a lot of stuff down this year. Going to get better. I am going to. That's my number one thing this year, is to get better on doing YouTube videos on different things. So there you go. Super thank you. Again, hit that like, subscribe, the bell notification. That's all we ask. And I will see you in my next video.